Well folks, welcome back to the workshop again to another how-to drill repair video. Today we've got a burnt out Makita drill, an old HR2450 Makita SDS drill. We're going to do a how-to video on how to fix one of these here if your motor's burnt out. I'll just switch this here on first, just to double check that it is the motor. Yeah, you know it's the motor and you can hear it sizzling. You can hear it cooking inside. When it's running like that, sounds like she's struggling. It's a burnt out armature. So we're going to do a wee how-to video on how to fix this here. How to fix a burnt out Makita SDS drill. Whether it's a Makita or any other brand. If it's a corded machine, this is generally how you're going to fix it. You're going to replace the armature and maybe put on a new set of brushes. And seeing as this thing is actually from 2006, 20 years old, let's say we should need a new set of brushes in this. Would highly recommend always putting on a new set of brushes anyway if you're replacing an armature. Now, this is a very old machine, but I do still have at least one of these here armatures in stock, so it's old stock. We want to get rid of out of the shop here because there'll be very few of these going in for repair now. So we'll try to use up an old bit of stock and do this here for a bit cheaper. But even at home, you can pick these here armatures up for about £20 or £25. So they're still well worth putting in if you have one at home and you just want to get it up and running again. New armature, new set of brushes isn't even going to cost you £30. You'll be paying at least £100 for one of the modern ones of these here anyway. So still worthwhile doing. Now when she's burnt out and you're trying to run it, these brushes will be hot. You'll be able to tell straight away just by putting your finger there. If she's hot and she's burning you, you know the brushes or you know the armature's gone. First things first, just pop out the brushes. We're not going to keep these. We're going to replace them. We'll also clean down all this dust here. We're going to have to go as well on a wee hunt and see if we can find the armatures on here. I've done a video on this before, this exact drill. I think it was nearly the same repair, but we did put an armature onto it. And I'm pretty sure from memory there was a few in stock. Slide that out. If you touch that at all now, you'll feel the heat. So if you're using this from standstill when it's cold and you try to run it a few times and it's that hot, if you can feel the heat on it, you know the armature's gone. It's different if you've been using it all day and you've been working away at it and then it starts doing that, the thing's going to be hot anyway. But generally when they're cool and you try to run it and it gets hot very, very quick, you know the armature's gone. Yank it out, hold the aluminium body here, hold it onto the plastic gearbox body. As you're pulling that out, you don't want to pull the whole thing apart. As well, we'll just give that a little rub down too, because there's a bit of grease and dust stuck to it. You might just give that a wee clean, just to leave it right and clean the body a bit too. And this side, it's looking a little bit grubby too. So it looks 20 years old anyway. So we just stick that over to the parts washer and clean that up a wee bit. It's more cosmetic. Makes it look nice for the video and it looks a bit of an effort for the customer. Seeing as we're putting this part on, just leaves it right for them. But if you're at home, there's no real need. Not going to run any better just because it's clean. So I'm going to clean them. But first, let's find one of these. So that's the part we're after. 515661-8. That is the 110 armature for the HR2450F, 2450T, and the 2450 and the 2424. And my stocks tell me there is one and stock on the list price, something like €51, but that is an old price. So now we just have to get up and find it. Pull out the new seat, get a wee boost, get up to the shelf here and have a little look. So these are small cordless drill armatures, older fields, Then we're going to some of the armatures then. There's some of the older stock. We're looking for 51661-8. That's me there. If we look at the price on that, €16. So that's already marked down. So we've got the armature. We just need the brushes now, which is CB419s. I'm actually a bit low on them too. Only one set left. I have to remember to order them. Right, so we have them. So we'll just clean this stuff here now. I know this looks like somebody just threw up in the sink. This is just a parts washer. This hasn't been cleaned for a little while. I have to clean this tray out. It's just old grease, dust and grime just. So we'll put the new motor on, we'll just leave this here nice and fresh. This here parts washer, the stuff that's coming out of it, liquid for cleaning, it's just kerosene, it's nothing special. You don't have to go spending hundreds of euro on special cleaners. You just need something that'll eat through the grease. Just be careful you don't get anything inside of here. You don't want any of this getting onto the gearbox. Here's the little baffle plate. It's just a wee piece of plastic that sits between the gearbox and the motor. It's basically just to amplify the airflow directly through the centre of the motor. It's just to help cool the machine. And if you leave it like this, full of grit and dirt, if you put a new motor onto it, if it's rubbing at all, it can start melting plastic, which is never going to be good for a new motor. So always just give it a good clean. Now this is fine to get a little bit wet, don't worry too much. It's not water we're using, it's kerosene. As long as you dry it out fully afterwards, it should be fine. I wouldn't just switch the tap on and flood it. I would just wet the brush. That's more than enough to get this thing clean. That as much as you can, and then take it outside to the air compressor and blow out the excess. Pat it dry and let it sit out in the heat for a while. Let it dry fully. That should leave it looking a bit better. Right, now that's it all cleaned up. Now as well, if you are doing this yourself at home, just make sure before it stops working, or take note that the actual thing work as a hammer before it actually burnt out, as your hammer section. Okay, if to strip this apart as well and start changing components instead of here, it's going to be a lot more expensive. That and the power cable, you could be another tenner to change that as well. Make sure that's good enough. You don't want to put an armature on it and then find out there's a bunch of other small things you have to fix as well. So was it hammering beforehand, and is the power cable good, and also check your tool holder. Look inside the tool holder here. You can see 2 wee keyways. Make sure they're still good. If they're worn out or gone, you need a new tool holder as well, and it wouldn't be worth replacing. So check a few things, check all the things just in case there's more than just the armature gone. Now, I haven't been able to test this one, but I can tell by the look of it and the feel of it that the hammer section should be okay. I don't think there's any work to do inside of here. And the cable's also good as well, and the tool holder's good, so I'm happy enough to just stick a motor into this thing. So right, the actual repairing part now is quite simple. Once you've it opened and cleaned out, it's just a matter of putting the parts on. Couldn't really be easier. So that is your part number, 515661-8. And that there is an old price. This thing's 20 years old, and it was out before that there even. This could have been out in the market about 25 odd years. This could easily be sitting in this workshop 20 years as well. So that is our new motor, 110 volt. Do be careful, don't be buying the wrong voltage in these things. It's not so bad if you were to put a 240 volt onto this, because it'd only be running half the power because you're only putting 110 into it. But if you do it the other way around and you stick a 110, if you have a 240 volt machine and you put on a 110 volt armature, then you're doubling the voltage and you'll burn the armature out. And if it's your mistake ordering it and you burn it out, then you're out money. So do be careful. Before I put that on, also just going to do is put in a little bit of grease. Should I put in heavier stuff actually? The other stuff is the correct stuff. This is old and probably will be a little bit worn. I'm just going to put in a wee bit of the heavier Bosch stuff. This stuff here, 1615430-001. Use this in a lot of machines, especially drills and hammers. If they're worn, just get it at a wee bit better compression. But you also don't need to do in too much. 10 or 15 mils all you need if you're topping it up. Plus, this is actually dirty because some of it leaked out. Don't want to put on the old one again. It's the new one we want. What's good about this as well is there's new bearings already on this thing, which is going to make this repair a little bit cheaper again. Because then 2 bearings alone, if you had to put them on yourself, would be costing about €12 anyway. And this is only costing, we've only list price on this at 16. So it's 16 plus a wee bit of markup and VAT. Now that there, wee plastic sleeve, you have to change that over too. It just sits on the back. Surprisingly enough, that is it. So all that's really involved in repairing one of these here Makita drills or any SDS drill. The whole thing to look at is just the field. Should have pointed that out at the beginning. Just look at the plastic here, and if you see it melted or bubbled, the field is also gone. You'd have to replace that as well. But this one's still nice and smooth. It's actually a really nice machine to work on. Nice machine to use too. But they would be more DIY grade now. You'll not get a tradesman on with one of these that's using them every day. More boys just using it the odd time, or somebody has them for DIY sort of stuff. Really nice, comfortable wee drill to use, but they're just not the most powerful. New armature and new brushes. See that one there? That's why you don't use the old ones. See the way it's sort of sloped? It's not running very well. So if I were to use that on a new armature, that's going to sit on like this. And there'll be a gap down on this here side, so it won't actually touch here, so that'll cause arcing and sparking. In other words, heat. When the heat gets onto the armature, it can cause damage or burn it out. Wouldn't burn it out straight away, but you're going to lower the lifespan of it. That's why I always recommend just putting in a new set of brushes just in case. Brushes on, put it together, make sure your grommet is sitting in place, slide on your rear cover, and that's you. One old Makita drill, the HR2450 with a new armature and a set of brushes. Nice wee handy repair for anybody at home. If you want to keep your old drill working and out of landfill, that'll only cost you about €30 to fix up yourself. I see what it sounds like now. Exactly how you like it to sound. So reverse, the switch only goes halfway in, so you don't need that much power. And forward, you have full power. Hammer only, hammer drill, and drill only. I just give it a quick wee test and out the door. Spot on. That's it, another drill ready for more work. Anyway folks, thanks for watching this quick wee SDS drill repair video. That's how you change the motor in an SDS drill. As always folks, if you're liking the tool repair videos, make sure to drop us a wee like and a follow down below. And if you want to help out the channel, you can also hit that hype button as well. But anyway folks, thanks for watching. I'll chat to you again the next time. Cheers!